Hi, and welcome to part 1 of our series on habits. Our daily lives are shaped by habits, automatic behaviors that influence our health, relationships, and productivity. Some serve us well, while others hold us back. The key to lasting change is understanding how habits work. So, if you're feeling ready to break old patterns or build new positive habits, this course and workbook will help guide you using science-backed strategies. Let's get started. Clarifying your goal is essential for building lasting habits. But instead of setting broad goals like I want to be healthier, defining what you will do, when, and why makes action easier. One of the most effective ways to do this is through identity-based goals, shifting the focus from just achieving a result to becoming the kind of person who embodies the habit. Instead of saying, I want to run a marathon, an identity-based goal would be, I'm the type of person who prioritizes physical activity every day. Small action reinforces this new identity, making consistency easier over time. Identity-based goals rely on the brain's dopamine system to reinforce behaviors that align with who you want to be. When your action matches an identity-driven goal, dopamine is released, strengthening the neural circuits and making the behavior more automatic over time, and embedding it into your identity through neuroplasticity. In his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear explains that habits follow a predictable loop. A cue triggers a craving, which motivates a response or action and provides a reward, ultimately reinforcing the habit. An example is hearing your phone ring with a notification. The sound of the phone is the cue that triggers a craving for information or connection, and this leads to the response, checking the phone. The cycle ends with the reward. You feel more informed or connected. As you may have experienced, this loop turns checking your phone into an automatic habit. Understanding this loop is crucial because it's a blueprint for every habit you have, both good and bad. Now, let's talk about one of the simplest and most effective ways to begin building a new habit: habit stacking. This technique uses the momentum of an existing behavior to cue a new one. Instead of starting from scratch, you simply link the new habit to something you already do consistently. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will stretch for 1 minute. Or, after I make my morning coffee, I'll write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Because the existing habit already runs on autopilot, the new one is more likely to stick. This not only provides a clear cue, but also helps the new habit feel natural and integrated into your routine. Now that you understand the cue and reward loop, and how to stack a new behavior onto something you're already doing, it's time to design a habit that works for you. We'll use a simple formula developed by James Clear. I will perform habit at a specific time and location so that I can become the identity I desire. Here's an example. I will write 1,000 words every morning at 9 a.m. at my desk so that I can become an author. Take your time, use a workbook, and come up with something that feels right to you. Next, to make new behaviors stick, we start small. Micro habits eliminate friction and make consistency easier. For example, instead of aiming to write 1,000 words every morning, start with writing 1 sentence. Don't start with a 45-minute exercise routine, start with 1 push-up. You won't become an author until you're writing consistently, and you won't become more physically fit until you put the time in. And using micro habits makes it almost impossible to fail. Now, that formula may look like this. I will write 1 sentence every morning at 9 a.m. at my desk so that I can become the type of person who writes daily. By starting small, we get into the habit of showing up first, and then we can build on the success and level up that habit. Intentional repetition of these micro habits, especially when tied to identity, engages the prefrontal cortex, which governs goal setting and decision making. The consistent reinforcement triggers release of dopamine and makes the habit feel satisfying and worth continuing. And over time, this structure supports deeper change by turning conscious effort into unconscious routine. Remember that small steps create big changes over time. Thank you for joining me for part 1 of our series on habits. Be sure to download the workbook below and get started on defining your identity-based goal. See if you can stack your habit and break your habit down into a micro habit to make it even easier to succeed. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll explore the science of motivation and the role your environment plays in shaping your behavior. Until then, take care.